Imagine a college where you don't just study science, you actually discover it. Seriously, picture a place where undergrads aren't just stuck in massive lecture halls memorizing textbooks, but are actually in cutting-edge labs, working right alongside world-famous scientists. Well, welcome to this explainer on India's premier frontier for scientific research.
So here's a kind of fascinating reality for us. Pretty much everyone in India knows all about the IITs, right? They're absolutely legendary. But surprisingly, very few people actually know about the IISERs. It's almost like this massive, well-kept secret. We're literally talking about institutes that could be India's direct answer to MIT's prestigious science programs, and they're sitting right in our own backyard.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, India's Secret Science Colleges, Unveiling IISER. So IISER stands for the Indian Institute of Science, Education, and Research. These are completely unique hubs established by the government under the Ministry of Education. You see, back in the early 2000s, experts realized we had a pretty critical gap. India was churning out plenty of brilliant engineers, sure, but way fewer students were actually choosing careers in fundamental, pure sciences. So to fix this, the government greenlighted the very first IISERs in 2006, basically building these incredible environments where elite teaching and world-class research just seamlessly come together. And honestly, this is absolutely crucial, because every single piece of modern tech begins with basic science. I mean, the smartphones sitting in our pockets right now, they only exist because of fundamental discoveries in physics. Those modern life-saving medicines, all thanks to biology and chemistry. And this massive artificial intelligence revolution we're living through, it literally relies entirely on mathematics. So the core mission of the IISERs is to inspire these super talented students to become the exact researchers who will go on to solve massive future challenges. You know, things like climate change, clean energy, and even space exploration.
Moving on to Section 2, IIT versus IISER, Choosing Your Path.
Now, because the acronyms sound so similar, a lot of students naturally kind of confuse the two. But the contrast here is actually stark. Over on one side, you have IITs, which are totally built around engineering and technology. They offer that flagship B.Tech program and are all about getting grads ready to head straight into industries, software companies, or tech startups. But IISERs, they focus entirely on pure sciences and interdisciplinary research. You're actually spending a ton of time in real laboratories starting from your very first year. Because of this, a whole lot of IISER grads go on to pursue PhDs or jump right into dedicated research organizations.
Actually, the whole debate is captured perfectly right here. Think of it like this. If your ultimate dream is to design better computers, you should probably choose an IIT. But if your dream is to discover the fundamental science that's going to power the next generation of computer technology, then an IISER is for sure the better place for you. It's a totally different mindset.
Okay, Section 3, Inside the IISER Experience, Scale and Scope.
Today, India proudly hosts 7 of these campuses spanning the entire country, almost like this sprawling empire of science. We're talking Mohali in the north, Trivandrum down south, plus Kolkata, Pune, Bhopal, Tirupati, and Berhampur. And guys, these are not just your run-of-the-mill colleges. They are state-of-the-art hubs packed with modern labs, dedicated research centers, and some seriously heavy-hitting collaborations with top universities all over the globe.
And when it comes to what you can actually study, they totally break the traditional mold. It's all about interdisciplinary learning. So yes, you've got your core physics, chemistry, math, and biology, but you can also dive straight into earth and environmental sciences, astronomy, data science, and get this, even economics. Plus, the Bhopal campus uniquely offers programs in chemical and electrical engineering along with computer science. The beauty here is that instead of forcing you into a single box right out of the gate, they expose you to multiple sciences before you ever have to specialize.
So how does the actual degree work? Well, the main event here is their flagship 5-year BS/MS dual degree. That means you're earning both your bachelor's and master's degrees in one go. Now, some campuses do offer a 4-year BS program, those specific B.Techs at Bhopal we just mentioned, and of course, rigorous PhD programs. But this integrated structure, that's the secret sauce. It's exactly what lets students tackle high-level research way earlier than they ever could at a standard university.
Let's jump to Section 4, Admissions and Career Myths, Getting in and Branching Out.
All right, so if you're thinking, wow, I want a seat at one of these places, you absolutely need to know about the IIT. That's the IISER Aptitude Test. Over the last few admission cycles, this specific test has totally cemented itself as the absolute primary gateway for getting right into their undergrad programs.
And if you're mapping out your year, the timeline is pretty straightforward.
First up, applications usually open in March. Then they close out in April. After that, your admit cards roll in around May, which leads right up to the big day, the IAT exam, with results following in June. Once counseling wraps up over the summer, classes officially kick off around August. Just a quick heads up though, these dates can wiggle around a bit, so definitely keep an eye on their official admission portal every year just to be safe.
Okay, but let's say you get in and you graduate. Then what? We really need to tackle the massive elephant in the room when it comes to pure science degrees. There's this huge assumption out there that if you study pure science, your only option in life is to become a university professor. So is that actually true?
No way. It is a complete myth. IISER grads are incredibly sought after by top-tier national organizations. We're talking ISRO, DRDO, BARC, and CSIR labs. Plus, they're getting scooped up by cutting-edge AI and data science companies, major pharma and biotech firms, and global climate and healthcare groups. A bunch of them are even launching their own scientific startups. And for the folks who do want to stay in academia, they're stepping into PhD programs at literally the best institutions on the planet, places like MIT, Stanford, Oxford, Cambridge, and the Max Planck Institutes.
Finally, Section 5, Shaping the Future, Impact and Legacy. The sheer real-world impact of these scientists is just phenomenal. Even though these are relatively young institutions, their researchers are already doing the heavy lifting in supercritical areas. They've published massively influential work on COVID-19 biology, quantum materials, nanotech, and climate science. They're out there unlocking secrets in astronomy, astrophysics, and totally mapping out the future of neuroscience and AI. And yeah, they're doing all this while regularly getting published in the world's most prestigious science journals.
Now, because the IISERs are only about 2 decades old, sure, they might not have that decades-long list of celebrity alumni like the IITs do just yet, but let me tell you, their global network is growing like wildfire. You've got thousands of alumni out there right now making their mark as premier scientists, global faculty, data researchers, and entrepreneurs all over the world. As these institutes keep maturing, their global recognition is practically guaranteed to just skyrocket.
So it really leaves us with a pretty profound realization. India's future isn't going to be shaped solely by the engineers who build our infrastructure. It's going to be equally shaped by the scientists who discover our new medicines, develop our quantum computers, and frankly just unlock the mysteries of the universe. We absolutely need the people who ask how, but we desperately need the people who ask why. If that kind of stuff fascinates you, an IISER might just be your perfect starting point. So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. If you had the choice to shape the future, which path would you take? An IIT or an IISER?
Seriously, we want to hear from you. Drop your choice, IIT or IISER, down in the comments below and tell us exactly why you picked it. And hey, if you enjoyed this explainer diving into India's premier science institutions, please hit that like button, share this with your friends and fellow students, and for sure make sure you subscribe to the channel for more awesome content on Indian science, tech, and innovation. Keep asking why, and we'll catch you in the next one.